Hi, I'm Simone and we're here at the Free the Streets Teen Summit. I'm here with Guinn. This summit focused on interaction with law enforcement, with everything going on in our community and all across the country. The situation in McKinney, the situation that happened this morning with Dallas Police Department. We felt it was really important to bring our youth back together and just to reteach them and remind them, how they should and should not interact with police enforcement. What were your thoughts on today's summit?
I thought it was a very powerful summit. By the way, thank you again for being here.
Thank you.
Beautiful, wonderful presence here. The youth need to see that. I thought it was a very powerful presence. We had a great speaker, Mr. Edwin DeBew. We had Mr. Richard Miles, who showed the other side of it, which is incarceration, which is possibly showing these youth that there's a protocol that you should follow. There's a method. There's a way of avoiding things and that could get you in trouble, and sometimes there are things that are unavoidable, which is what Mr. Richard Miles depicted. But I thought it was a very positive, very powerful just example of how an organization like Free the Streets can bring people together with that kind of expertise and give these youth a little bit more to measure themselves against. So very positive, very powerful effect.
Yeah. Coming into this, what were your expectations? Was there anything that you learned that you didn't know coming into it? Because we did learn a lot of information from Mr. Edwin, and some things I wasn't even aware of. What about yourself?
Well, I learned about the Centurion Ministries, which Mr. Richard Miles talked about. I didn't know that there were organizations that people who have been wrongfully incarcerated could reach out to, that could fight for on their behalf. Because I have a couple of brothers who have been incarcerated, and one of them wrongfully himself, and so I didn't know about that. Also, with Mr. Edwin, I didn't know about the NOBLE, which is the National Officers Black in Law Enforcement. I didn't know about that. So that's a powerful organization that also is about giving these youth information that's going to help them just learn a little bit more and be a little bit more prepared when they're confronted with law enforcement. And some of that may be good or bad. So I didn't know about those organizations. That's, again, why Free the Streets is a very powerful presence in the Dallas-Fort Worth community.
Yeah, exactly. It was very educational. Very, very skilled people who are very knowledgeable in their areas. He brought up Richard. His name was Richard Miles, I believe, and he had been convicted of a murder that he did not commit at the age of 19. He was convicted 80 years in prison.
80 years.
He spent 15 years in prison. Luckily, thank God he was able to be released because he was obviously wrongfully convicted. But yes, he did depict a different side of the legal system, and there's two sides to it. There's the incarceration side, and then there's the dealing with the police side. So there's the judicial system and law enforcement. So I thought that was it was a very well-rounded discussion. It wasn't just one-sided at all.
Right.
Mr. Guinn was our MC. He was our host. He did an excellent job. Oh my gosh, he was so good. You were so wonderful. And so yeah, we're gonna close it out now. Again, thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Key. These types of things are important. We need to bring our youth together. We need to get them off the streets, free the streets, literally get them in here, empower them, educate them, reinforce our beliefs and teaching them. So I definitely appreciate Joseph and Key for inviting me out. I appreciate you for coming out. I know you've had a lot of things going on lately. I'm really sorry about all that, but I appreciate you coming out. And yeah, we're gonna close out. So thank you so much.